Hey YouTube, hey Bold and the Beautiful fans. So what can we expect this week, June 10th to the 14th on the Bold and the Beautiful? Well, we know that things are definitely going to sizzle between Hope and Finn. And we see in the preview, Hope telling Finn that she can't stop thinking about him, okay? And she's ripping off his shirt, okay? So, and we saw what happened in the CEO office, right? Hope and Finn were together and there was that kiss. And it looks like that it's going to escalate this week into a very hot scene. So the big question is about this is this real or is this fantasy? Okay, we've seen Hope fantasize in the past about Thomas, and of course those fantasies became reality, right? Whether it's fantasy or reality, it definitely looks like things are going in that romantic direction for Hope and Finn, okay? And so I went back and rewatched that kiss scene, and wondering is this fantasy or is it real? And there was that one moment where where Hope is leaning in to kiss Finn, and then Finn, he kind of pulls away for a second. Okay, so if this was a fantasy, would that have happened? And then of course they kissed and it was mutual, and it was very hot, right? Okay, and so it looks like we're gonna get more of that this week, and it looks like they're at Hope's cabin. And Hope tells Finn, she can't stop thinking about him. So now that could be a fantasy, or maybe the kiss, maybe it's all a fantasy. Maybe it's, all in Hope's head. Hope's having these headaches, Could the headaches have something to do with this? I'm not so sure. But, Finn and Hope, they do have a lot in common with the whole Sheila thing. And, they're both willing to give Sheila a chance, and they're kind of, taking a lot of criticism, okay, for that, especially from Steffi and Liam and Ridge. But, I think the two make sense, in a lot of ways. Hope can't commit to Thomas because of what happened with the Beth situation in the past. And, Hope was saying that she just doesn't want to get into another marriage, but maybe it's more than that. But regardless, Hope wasn't able to say yes, right, to Thomas's proposals, right? Thomas is returning, so we'll have to see what happens there. But it looks like Hope is romantically over Thomas at this point, and she seems really interested in Finn. This could have a lot to do with Hope wanting revenge on Steffi, okay, for, breaking up. Hope believes Steffi is the reason why Thomas left, okay? So this could be revenge on Hope's part, but I also feel like Hope really does like Finn, okay? And I think Finn likes her. Finn's, saying all these, these positive things, and saying she embodies hope for the future and all of that. And, Finn is very willing to, give Hope those massages. Of course, he's a doctor, and he's talking about pressure points and stuff like that. But it does seem like the two of them are moving in that direction together. So we'll see if it's reality, if it's fantasy. But I do think that they're moving in that direction, okay? And of course, Steffi, is not going to be happy about this. She's going to complain to Brooke this week about, Hope and Finn spending so much time together. So it looks like this could be out of Steffi's control a little bit. In the past, Steffi's told Hope to stay away from her husband, right? So why doesn't she just do that again, But it seems like maybe Finn, is wanting to, because we see a lot of scenes with Hope and Finn, right? So maybe Finn wants to be around Hope too. But Steffi's going to complain to Brooke, and, it's going to be interesting to see what Brooke does. Ridge offered Brooke the co-CEO position. Brooke turns it down. So, she doesn't want to, clash with Steffi, okay? But, teasers kind of tell us that Brooke is going to reconsider that. And maybe after this, argument with Steffi, maybe Brooke will realize that she has to get in there, right, and be the co-CEO to maybe just kind of stop Steffi or counter her and try to maybe save Hope for the future. Because really, I mean, Brooke being in there as co-CEO could probably save Hope's line, down the road if the numbers don't go back up. We'll have to see. Maybe Thomas comes to the rescue. Maybe Thomas comes back and is the lead designer again for Hope for the Future. But I don't know if that's going to happen either. There's also a theory that he could be the co-CEO. with Steffi, and the two Forrester siblings are running the company together too. So whatever happens, it looks like there's going to be another co-CEO. Ridge is stepping down a bit because he wants to focus on design, not on hope for the future, but on couture, right? I can never pronounce that right, but Ridge is his passion to design. Okay, so he wants to step down from the business aspect. He's offering Brooke the co-CEO position. She's turning it down because she doesn't want to fight with Steffi. But maybe Brooke's going to realize that she has to get in there. And we know there's this big business storyline coming for Brooke. So it looks like that could happen, but it might take a little bit more time. Thomas could be a factor in all of this as well. We'll have to see what happens when Thomas comes back. And where he sides when it comes to Hope for the Future. Thomas was the lead designer for Hope for the Future for a long time. They were the dream team, right? Thomas and Hope. But now, you know, Hope is moving on, it looks like, romantically with Finn, and Steffi's not going to be happy about that. We'll have to see how Thomas reacts to that, and if Thomas comes back with a love interest too. Should be interesting. So there's a lot going on there. We'll have to see how it all, you know, plays out. But over with Bill and Luna and Poppy, Bill now has a new family. And of course, this is going to cause a lot of stress for Katie because, excuse me, she doesn't trust Poppy. And of course, Lee is telling Katie that she can't trust Poppy. But the paternity test turned out to be legitimate. And Luna is the daughter of Bill. Bill is the father, okay? And Lee even seems to accept that, right? That there's no shenanigans going on there. Because Lee administered the test herself. But Liam now is going to kind of ponder his life a little bit, because Liam now has a sister, right? He's got a sister in Luna, so it's going to be interesting to see Liam's reaction to Luna and how they interact together too. But it seems like Liam's going to do some pondering of his own life, and there's this idea too that maybe Liam will look back to his upbringing a little bit, and so I'm wondering if they're going to do a Liam story where he's thinking about, you know, where he came from and who, you know, his stepfather was, right? Because there's a little bit of a mystery there, and I'll go into that more in another video, okay? So look out for that. But it's going to be interesting to see how Liam reacts to all this. And of course, Katie is going to wrestle with, you know, Bill's new family, okay? And Bill is really in love with Poppy. But there's something about Poppy, you know, maybe it's a look in her eyes or something that you're just not sure if you can trust her. I want to, you know, but I don't know what's going on with Poppy. Is Lee right about Poppy, or is Poppy just an innocent in all of this? You know, Poppy didn't tell Luna right away that Bill was her father, and then now we know from the paternity test that Bill is the father. So you know, that's a happy ending for Bill and Luna, right? Because they both wanted that. Luna wanted Bill to be her dad. Bill wants to be the dad. So, and they're moving in, so that is really cool. And but Katie now is going to wonder about what's going on here. Could Katie be involved in finding out the truth about what's going on? Will Katie do some investigating into Poppy, right? Did Poppy, you know, will it turn out that Poppy did interfere somehow? I don't know how she'd be able to do that, you know, but hey, in So Planned, anything's possible, right? And of course, I'm just guessing here, speculating here. I think that Bill really is the dad, okay? But, you know, Katie might not let this go, and she might, you know, be suspicious about Poppy. Maybe Poppy has other motives, you know, so we'll just keep an eye on all of that. But it's going to be really interesting to see what happens this week. It's going to be another exciting week. Hope and Finn, it looks like, are going to sizzle up the screen and take it to the next level. I think this is really happening. I don't think they're fantasies, but we'll find out on Monday's episode if this is fantasy or reality. I think it's reality, but we'll see. What do you think? Do you think Hope's having these fantasies in her heads? Do you think the headaches could have something to do with it? We'll have to find out, but it's going to be another exciting week, so don't miss a moment, and keep it right here for more video updates, and I'll have more updates coming on our favorite shows, so I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys, and see you in the next video.